symmetry, asymmetry, and the one-way inversion of reality. If we look at the human body and realize that it's in asymmetry, internally, all the organs, we see they don't have the same left and right symmetry. It's more like a push and pull, like the pumping of the blood, or pressures that move food along through the digestive system. The small intestine and the large intestine. The large intestine is not large, it's just longer. I forget how that works exactly, but the point is there's bigger and smaller pushing and pulling pressure. At least less pressure in some places. But there's always pressure. There is never no pressure. Again, if we look at the human body, we have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, and then 1 mouth. 2 hemispheres of the brain. 1 pineal gland in the center of that, and 1 pituitary gland slightly off to the left of it. Almost like the pineal gland is the sun and the pituitary is its moon. We've got 2 arms, 1 on each side and a hand on each arm. But they're not the same. They're the same, but they're upside down, backwards, and inside out relative to each other. The left and the right are the same. The left is the same as the right, but the right is not the same as the left. When trying to understand the nature of reality through metaphysics, when we analyze this symmetry, we notice that one side seems more perfected than the other. One eye might be lazy. One breast might be smaller. A person might be left-handed or right-handed. When someone is left-handed, the right hand doesn't work as well. When someone is right-handed, the left hand doesn't work as well. I cannot throw a ball with my left arm, but I can throw a ball really far with my right arm. I'm not left-handed, I'm right-handed. I cannot write very well with my left. I can do things with it, but I can't do them very well. So when we start to understand the nature of reality in terms of spirituality and metaphysics, we see that we're dealing with an essence that is perfect, that has created itself, in a manner of speaking, to become man. And then that man, like one hemisphere, has its other side, like me using my left hand. In one way I'm trying to explain this, it's almost like God created man perfect. But the symmetry of man holds an aspect of that perfection in such a way that it now appears imperfect. So instead of thinking of a man and a woman standing side by side, the man and the woman are within the man, because there is only the man. And then the woman aspect within the man creates the symmetry. Whenever I say man, depending on how I'm talking about it, I could be talking about the perfect man, or man as we think of man now, where both man and woman are considered man. But I'm referencing it as the side of masculinity. That's why I'm not talking about man and woman, but divine masculinity and divine femininity, because it's spiritual. How this can be determined is through how we analyze similarities and differences and understand correspondences and relationships. Even then, that still doesn't show how each party holds the whole within itself. The man has both man and woman within him in a particular proportion and degree, working from left to right. And the woman is the same as the man, but upside down, backwards, and inside out. The ovaries eventually becoming the testicles, or the testicles rising to become like the ovaries, just as an example of how the man and the woman are the same. It's almost like when you look at your left hand and your right hand. You can consider the left hand as like the woman, divine femininity, and the right hand as divine masculinity. And it might sound like I said that backwards, but I didn't. It's only because this reality is upside down, backwards, and inside out. What appears to be thought of on the right is actually on the left. It only goes one way. And what appears as divine femininity is divine femininity. Because there is no divine femininity, therefore there is also no divine masculinity. The way divine femininity and divine masculinity work in how we think and how we see the world appears throughout how the construct of reality operates in and of itself. Breathing is another example. The breathing in is divine masculinity, singular. The breathing out is divine femininity, like the moon, the double moon. So when you breathe in, it's like divine masculinity, the sun, electricity. And when you breathe out, your body both takes in and releases out the gases. One aspect is taking into the body, the other aspect is releasing. That's the double moon. That's divine femininity. Divine masculinity is singular. Divine femininity is dual. The divine masculinity that is singular is androgynous. The divine femininity is not androgynous, it is dual. So whenever I say electricity, it is androgynous. When we talk about magnetism, it is dual. When we talk about divine masculinity and reference it as the one as singular, this finds its correspondence with the second person of the Godhead, which has come to be known as the Christ, Vishnu, the Messiah, Yeshua, or in Judaism, the Mashiach. That's not saying it's separate from the first or the third. None of this can really be spoken about anyway. It's all symbolism. We have 12 systems. We see a man and a woman. Both have all of the same things, but they're working differently. A man doesn't have a period. But for all that a woman has in her anatomy, a man also has this, oriented differently. It's a strange thing. When I talk about a man, like me, a man, masculine, male, being considered divine masculinity, and then the female being considered divine femininity as the girl standing in front of me, that's not how it's to be thought of. Divine masculinity is that which is invisible and infinite. We're speaking in symbolism only. When I say divine masculinity, I'm not saying the man walking around is divine, and I'm not saying that about the woman either. That's why this is hard to explain. I'm not a teacher. It's the same thing as whenever this reality moves into you. We think of that as looking, using our senses. It's like breathing. It goes in, and then it comes back out. But that coming out is also where it's being taken in. So it's being taken into the body, and it's also being released out. You take in the light of thought, imagination, and idea. That's divine masculinity. Like the sun. Like electricity. These symbols attach themselves naturally. Like I said already, the Christ, Vishnu, the second person of the Godhead. That's not separate from the first or the third. It can't really be spoken about. It's symbolism. We take in reality through the senses. We speak of it as though it's coming into the eyes. The eye that is single, within the true eye that is closed but open. The heart. Everything coming in brings itself to that point of singularity. We take in through the senses, go through chemical reactions, become impulsive, build memories, and operate upon our senses further. The bottom line is we're manifesting a reality and then reacting to it. Information comes in. Knowledge is acquired. Wisdom moves us. Thoughts move. The body moves. And then we move toward intention. Everybody is doing this all the time for everything. Everything is in correspondence. Everything is connected. The heartbeat works the same way. Touching something. Tasting something, smelling something, hearing something, seeing something. All of it is a going in, becoming singular, and returning back as dual. Being within, and then appearing to be experienced without. For all that, it's not occurring where it appears to be occurring. It's all held within the mind. It's all held within the heart. When you hear a sound, you don't hear the sound outside. The sound is within. Taste is within. Touch is within. You're taking in motion and vibration to be interpreted. like being in a dream. This is where I always return to. In a dream, you don't hear external sounds, but you hear everything you imagine you hear. For what you believe you are seeing and where you believe you stand in this reality, belief is required. So I can understand the way the scales are set upon the singularity, to sway upon the notion of negotiation within internal contemplation on the basis of divine masculinity and divine femininity, or divine femininity and divine masculinity. Amen. Let it be.